They laughed, they taunted, they thought they'd won for good, but they forgot one thing. In football, payback always comes. Today, you're gonna see part 3 of the coldest, most ruthless, and unforgettable acts of revenge in football. The first rematch starred 2 of the greatest players in history, and it went down in an El Clasico. Real Madrid versus Barcelona, and of course Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo. In the 2016-17 season, the Argentine had silenced the Bernabeu. He bagged a brace, decided the classic, took off his shirt, and showed it to the stands. He was the boss of this matchup. But in the 2017-18 Supercopa, things were different. In the clash at Camp Nou, Real Madrid came out baying for blood. The game started off scrappy, and early in the second half, Real broke the deadlock. Marcelo whipped in a cross, and Piqué, trying to clear it, put it into his own net. 1-0 to Real Madrid. At 56 minutes, Ronaldo came onto the pitch, but it was his rival who scored next. 20 minutes later, Messi coolly slotted home a penalty to level the score. But the game had another twist in the tale, one of revenge, starring him, Cristiano Ronaldo. 3 minutes after the equalizer, the counterattack was lethal. Isco got the ball in the middle and played a killer through ball to Cristiano. The Portuguese superstar picked it up at the edge of the box, faced up Piqué, cut inside, and unleashed a rocket into the top corner. An absolute worldie. Unbelievable. The Camp Nou fell silent, and then came the payback. Cristiano took his shirt off, he held it up with his arms outstretched, showed it to the Barcelona fans, exactly like Messi had done. But now, it was the number 7 Real Madrid shirt that was on top, and it didn't stop there. Late in the game, Asensio got the ball from Lucas Vazquez, skinned Piqué, and blasted it past Ter Stegen. 3-1, game over, revenge served. Cristiano answered the only way he knows how, with a goal, with attitude, and with a taunt. At Camp Nou, he stood tall. The next clash was Messi's reunion with keeper Neuer in the 2014-2015 season. The memory of the 2014 World Cup final still stung. Messi had fallen to Germany, and Neuer, looking like a giant, came out a hero. Before the 2014-15 Champions League semi-final match, the German keeper provoked him. "I'm going to show him who's boss again." But Messi was the one calling the shots. At Camp Nou, on the biggest stage, in the moment of truth, Barcelona versus Bayern Munich, during the game, Barca kept knocking on the door. Bayern held their ground until, at 76 minutes, the revenge began. The fullback Bernat made a mistake playing out from the back. Dani Alves was sharp, nicked the ball, got past Xabi Alonso, and laid it off to Messi at the edge of the area. The number 10 took a touch, set himself, and drilled it into Neuer's corner. The big keeper went for it, but couldn't get there. 1-0, the punishment was just beginning. 4 minutes later, Messi got the ball from Rakitic. Boateng came at him, but all it took was one filthy cut. The defender hit the deck, completely demoralized, and Messi, with his usual cool, delicately chipped it over the on-rushing Neuer. A historic, legendary goal. 2-0, and there was still time for a third. Deep into stoppage time, a lethal counter-attack. Messi set up Neymar, who went one-on-one with Neuer. The Brazilian finished with style. 3-0 Barcelona, a total beatdown. 2 goals, 1 assist, and an answer delivered loud and clear. Messi silenced Neuer, Bayern, and all the arrogance. At Camp Nou, he was the one in charge. The next score wasn't settled by just one player. The whole team got their revenge. It was in the final of the 2011-12 Turkish Championship, and the tension was already through the roof. In the first leg, Fenerbahce's midfielder, Emre Belözoğlu, had done something unforgivable. He hurled racist insults at Trabzonspor's defender, Didier Zokora. The return leg was going to be personal. Right from the initial handshake, Zokora refused to shake his abuser's hand. But once the ball was rolling, the response was much stronger. In a challenge in midfield, Zokora didn't hesitate. He went in hard and landed a kick right in Belözoğlu's groin. The stadium went wild, and it didn't stop there. Every Trabzonspor player seemed to have a score to settle with Emre. There were hard tackles, heavy challenges, and a clear message: we don't forget. On the pitch, however, Fenerbahce was the better team. Belözoğlu opened the scoring early in the game after a pass from the midfielder Christian, and striker Bienvenu extended the lead before halftime. In stoppage time, striker Yilmaz pulled one back for Trabzonspor from across from the left, giving the fans a glimmer of hope. But Christian sealed the deal in the second half, 3-1 to Fenerbahce. On the scoreboard, it was a win for Fener. But the game will always be remembered for Zokora's revenge, for the message sent on the pitch, and for the firm stance against racism. The truth is, Emre Belözoğlu took a beating the entire game, and he deserved every single tackle. The next player to get his own back was striker Thierry Henry. This went down in the 2004/2005 Premier League season, Chelsea versus Arsenal in one of London's feistiest derbies. And even before a ball was kicked, manager Jose Mourinho had already lit the fuse. He said that striker Thierry Henry only scored in small games, implying the Frenchman was a no-show when it mattered most. But on the pitch, the Golden Boot did the talking. 2 minutes into the game, Henry controlled the ball at the edge of the box and smashed it with the laces of his left boot, leaving Peter Cech with absolutely no chance. What a banger. It was an instant reply. Chelsea did fight back with a header from John Terry before the first half was over. But the genius of the Gunners' number 14 wasn't done yet. A free kick for Arsenal. Miles out from goal, Peter Cech was still setting up his wall. Henry took a step and just hit it. Quick as a flash, the ball flew into the corner, catching everyone completely off guard. His second goal, one of the smartest and cheekiest moments of the Frenchman's career. Chelsea still managed to equalize with a header from Gudjohnsen, but the game already belonged to someone. In the post-match interview came the venomous reply, "Since they say I only score in small games, this must have been a small game." On the pitch, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2. But in the personal battle, Henry 2, Mourinho 0. The next revenge also came from England. This time, the showdown was between the two biggest teams in the country, Manchester United versus Liverpool. In the first half of the 2011-12 Premier League season, fullback Patrice Evra accused striker Luis Suarez of racism after an argument during a corner kick. The Uruguayan was banned for 8 games and fined, but he came out a hero to the Liverpool fans, who then started threatening Evra and his family. The return match was about much more than football. Old Trafford was buzzing, but what was at stake went far beyond the 3 points. Before the ball was even kicked, the mood turned sour. Suarez refused to shake Evra's hand, making it crystal clear there would be no reconciliation. It was war, and Manchester United came to settle it on the pitch. Early in the second half, a corner for the Red Devils. The ball fell to Wayne Rooney, who expertly smashed it into the back of the net. 1-0. 3 minutes later, Antonio Valencia carried the ball through the middle and passed it to the number 10. Rooney once again made no mistake. 2-0. Liverpool did pull one back in the 80th minute with Suarez pouncing on a loose ball in the box. But the day belonged to Patrice Evra. Full time, Evra celebrated like never before, raising his arms to the stands, beating the United crest on his chest. And as he passed by Suarez, he celebrated right next to his rival, who just lowered his head and walked off in silence. The answer came on the pitch. The revenge was red. And if you've watched this far, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, because the next videos are gonna be even better. My name's Christian Castro, and I'll catch you in the next one.